Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video. Yeah, my computer's a little shaky right now, but something I've been getting a lot of requests for was talking about traveling and diapers. Haven't done a ton of traveling in diapers, but I've had a few different situations, so I thought I'd kind of give you guys some ideas on like what I do for traveling, different types of travel, flying, car type thing. One thing about traveling that I hate with diapers is the planning of it. You have to plan ahead of time, you know, because say you're going to be gone for a week. I go through sometimes up to 2 packs of diapers in a week. So if I'm flying somewhere, that's a lot of luggage to pack that many diapers, depending on the pack. But packing for a week of diapering is a lot of packing. When I flew the first time, I ordered my diapers and had them shipped ahead of time to where I was going to be with a friend. And that worked out fantastically because all I needed to pack for that particular trip was diapers for on the way there. So that was awesome. And something, I think I had a carry-on with me. It was a flight from Buffalo, New York, all the way out to Wallingford, Connecticut. And something that I usually do is I have my purse, and my purse is a messenger bag, so it's got a lot of room. And I usually pack 2 to 3 diapers in there at a time. If I'm gonna be out, I usually have wipes. I don't always have them with me because if I'm out and I don't have the place to really change, I tend to just put a new one on without really going through the whole process of powdering and all that stuff. So generally I just have diapers and wipes with me and a plastic bag. And those are my staple items. And if I'm gonna be somewhere where or if it's really hot out and I know that I'm gonna have a lot of extra moisture, I will pack some powder and figure out how to add that to my regime with the cream and stuff like that. Another really good option if you don't want to carry a purse, some of you guys don't have purses or whatever, a backpack is like the fantastic way of packing your diapers and stuff. You can fit diapers enough for your trip, and you can fit a change of clothes. So given any given time, like I just moved from New York to Kansas, and it was a 2-day trip, and so we wanted to have my diapers packed so they were easy to access instead of like going in the trunk, unpacking everything and getting diapers. So I had my backpack. I think I had like 4 or 5 diapers in there. Wipes, powders, creams, and a change of clothes just in case, which we did end up needing on the trip. But I just put them all in there, and depending on the situation, if it's really crowded and I'm feeling really self-conscious about throwing out a diaper, I'll use plastic bags and put it in my backpack, and then once I get out to the car, I'll take the car over to the trash can outdoors and dump it in there. But if I'm not feeling self-conscious or there's not a lot of people around, I'll just throw it in the trash can in the bathroom if they have accommodations for that. Most bathrooms will. One thing that I don't like to do on a normal basis is limit my hydration, limit my liquid intake and all that. And sometimes on trips it's just necessary. Because you don't want to be going through 5 million diapers in the car or having to change in the car, blah, all that stuff. So, you know, I usually drink about a water bottle every couple hours or so. I am a person who drinks liquid pretty much all the time. I always have water or soda or Gatorade or Powerade or juice with me. This is one of the times I don't because I just left it upstairs. But I like to stay hydrated, and I actually have to stay hydrated for a few reasons. Otherwise I get really sick and things just don't go well. Also, not being hydrated very well can lead to UTIs and stuff like that. So stay hydrated enough, but not overhydrated on your trips so that you're not having to stop constantly and do changes. Pretty much like if I'm on a road trip per se, I try my best not to mess my diaper on a road trip, because that's just a pain in the butt, because you never know when you're going to have a rest stop next. I mean, you can sort of gauge it, but I always get out. Whenever we stop to a rest stop, I always try to use the restroom. I never know if I have to urinate or not, but usually if I sit down to do the second thing, it'll happen that I pee. So always, I stopped every time anyone else needs to stop. Sometimes I stop just because what the heck, let me try. I'd rather avoid some sort of mess going on in the car. So usually if I'm gonna go change in a rest stop or something, if it's busy, if there's no people, I'll just carry in my diaper. We stopped at one on the way from New York to Kansas. I think it was somewhere in Missouri, I want to say. Possibly sooner than that. I'm not totally sure. It's kind of a blur. But there was really no one in there. And I had leaked and needed to change really bad. So not only I had to have an extra pair of pants and an extra diaper. So this time, instead of grabbing the whole backpack and everything, I just grabbed out the pants and grabbed out the diaper. I folded up the diaper, or the pants over the diaper, and went into the restroom, changed everything, came back out. No one was none the wiser. It was very quiet in there in general, so it just worked out really well. I don't really have a lot of knowledge on what to do with traveling in diapers. I haven't done it a ton. I've only flown twice, once to Connecticut, once back. Each time my flights were only about a half hour each. And the layovers were the long thing. So it just was like, I had one drink on a plane and we were done. Now there was one where our flight was like 2 hours delayed, and we sat on the runway for like 2 hours after we had boarded the plane. So when I got to my destination, I had to go so bad. Number 2, I don't feel if I have to pee or not, but I had to go so bad, and I was so soaked, and I was just rushing to the bathroom. Thankfully it was like 12 o'clock at night, and there was nobody around, because I hightailed it, got my carry-on, and I just ran to the bathroom, changed my diaper, went to the bathroom, all that. And I really didn't care at that time of night. I just brought the diaper out and threw it right in the garbage. But in general, just, kind of do it with traveling in diapers. Just, it's kind of not much different than what you would do without them. Stop when you have the rest stops, and if you need to change, like you normally would in public. And if you don't. It's really, there's not that much. And I've been pretty confident as far as my diapers and traveling. People don't really notice, especially in like an airport or a rest stop. Their focus is to get where they're going. So people don't really notice much if you were wearing a diaper or if you leaked or anything like that. So don't really worry about it. I will say this, I've only ever had the need to change in the car one time. That's because we went to the bar with some friends, and I was designated driver, so I was drinking Dr. Pepper instead of rum and Coke. And I did not realize how wet I was until we were walking out of the car, and I'm just like totally drenched, like just about ready to have pee start dripping down my leg. And then I was going to try to, we only live like 5 minutes from there, so I was like going to try to make it for home, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to soak everything, and I don't really want to deal with a wet car. So, hopped in the back. My boyfriend was drunk as can be. I hopped in the back seat and did my diaper change, and he helped me, like, because changing in the car is weird, because your seat is all slanted funny, and I don't know, he helped me fix it up, and, I hopped out of the car, and I was in just my diaper and a t-shirt for a second while I pulled my pants back up and everything. Thankfully, once again, it was midnight, or 1 o'clock in the night. There was nobody in the parking garage. We were in a parking garage, so there was no one really there, and it was pretty private. But I was cracking up hysterically because I've never had to do that before. So I was a little nervous about it. But it went a lot better than I thought it did, and I think there was a garbage can somewhere in there. I'm not sure if he went threw the diaper away or if I just packed it in a plastic bag, and threw it away when we got home. But that's kind of my experience. I guess one other thing I will say is just make sure your skin is really protected when you're traveling, because you are sitting in diapers for prolonged periods. Make sure you put on some cream and some powder to keep that barrier around your skin, around the diaper area. It does definitely help, and keeping your skin protected in general is important. And I'm sure I'll do a video on that at some point. But yeah, so that's my traveling experience. I don't really have a ton on that. I hope this was all helpful. I mean, I've talked for almost 11 minutes now, but that's what I've got. Feel free to chime in with any ideas you have. And my cat is down here in my lap. She's silly. But have a good day, guys, and until next time, feel free to inbox me. Those of you who are friends with me on Facebook or my blog or whatever, feel free to suggest things in the comment section and all that for different videos that you'd like to see. All right, have a great day, guys.